let's get our 60th anniversary tour on the road. To help us kick off the celebration, here is our master of ceremonies, Mr. Jimmy Fallon. Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world-famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
Thank you, Jimmy. On March 15, 1915, our founder, Carl Laemmle, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies be made. Guests could walk set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. But with invention of sand and the need for quiet on the set, the original walking tour ended. In the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lew Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of performing a tour of the studio returned when the Gray Line bus tour originating in Hollywood made a stop at our gates. On July 15, 1964, the first of our red and white Penny Stripe Glamour trains took 67 passengers on a 2-hour drive on the New York lot, and the world-famous tour was born. We started with 2 drivers, 2 guides, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Manhattan Boulevard. From there, the tour extended with fantastic one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the rock slide and burning house, which were in this area in the 1970s and 80s. So let's see. We are about done with the front lot. We're taking you to the back lot.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro Sets.
All right, Metro Sets coming up on the right-hand side. So most of these buildings you are about to see on the right-hand side are facades, meaning they are just the fronts and sides of buildings. We built what the camera will see, your imagination fills in the rest. What appears to be brick or stone is basically just foam rubber and fiberglass. So I mentioned earlier, St. Dennis Medical is using Soundstage 26, which is on our left. The show has dressed parts of our Metro sets to look like medical facilities. So on the right hand side coming up, you'll see the entrance to the ER. A few weeks ago, the street looked more like a business district, but today it looks like a hospital. So you can see St. Dennis Medical on the right-hand side right there. From one of our newest sets to our most iconic, here is star Lea Thompson and one of the producers, writers, and creators of Back to the Future, Bob Gale, to tell you about it.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
Welcome to Courthouse Square, which you'll most likely recognize as Hill Valley from Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, and Lea Thompson. Hey, that's Doc Brown.
And that's what we're going to do with you right now. What do you say, my friends? Are you ready for our time-traveling experiment?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that enthusiasm.
Thank you.
All we got to do is get this baby up to 88, 8 miles an hour, and we'll see you in the future.
All right, bye. Okay, we shouldn't disturb the space-time continuum for too long, so let's say goodbye to Doc for now. From the small town of Hill Valley to the Big Apple, welcome to New York streets. We're gonna make a right here on this very beautiful street. If you look to either side of our tram, you'll see several theater marquees that each represents a different era. That is so our filmmakers can film a theater in any era without leaving the intersection. New York Street comes complete with its own Broadway theaters and its own Macy's. It's like we have moved 34th Street to Southern California. This area was home to a Studio Tour classic. Here is one of the stars of Universal's 2005 version of King Kong, Jack Black, to tell you about it.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original Studio Tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath. Ew. Is that it? I can't believe that's my last.
So we don't use them anymore. You can see them. Okay, everyone, please stay seated because we are about to visit the Skull Island.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in the future. Kong literally does that.
Oh, I hope you guys are ready. It is time to put those 3D glasses on.
Okay, glasses on, everybody.
That's right.
Go back to Skull Island.
Hold on to your belongings and stay seated. utilizes some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. The film was designed by Peter Jackson. Right next to the mural, coming up on the right-hand side, next to the stop sign, you'll see a really strange contraption that is our underwater tank. It allows the director, the crew, and most importantly, the cameras to stay dry while they shoot through the hatches on the outside of the tank. You can see one of the hatches from here. Shows like Alias, Fear Factor, Seinfeld have all used this tank. And speaking of water, there's a lake coming up. On the right-hand side coming up, you will see our little Europe. We invented the horror movie genre right here on the right-hand side. That's why it is the most historic location on the lot. It is also versatile. By changing the set decoration and the languages on the signs, we've taken audiences across the globe to destinations such as Cairo, Egypt, in the 1933 film The Mummy, Paris, France, in the 1923 film The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Transylvania in the 1931 film Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi. When we were filming Dracula, we actually filmed 2 versions of the movie. During the day, we filmed the English language version with Bela Lugosi. At night, we used the same sets, the same lighting to film the Spanish language version with Carlos Villarreal. Now check out these beautiful comparisons. Black and white is so pretty, so beautiful.
I am
English.
Dracula.
Spanish. Bela Lugosi.
I never drink. Why? Yo nunca bebo.
You know, all of the old horror films had a lot in common. Gothic castles, ominous weather, and of course a mob of angry villagers. No Universal horror film would be complete without them. Men with torches and bloodhounds would march through these streets movie after movie. When it caught up to the monster, their plan quickly fell apart. These horror film cliches.
The monster, he's in the woods.
Coming up on the left, I can see a chalkboard with their production schedule on it. You can see that they started at 6 a.m. this morning, so that's really early. They started filming at 6 a.m., so that's really early. I've seen earlier, but 6 a.m. is pretty early. Sometimes they do overnight shoots and stuff. Wow. Okay, this place looks like a subway station. On the right hand side, right next to car 1, I can see welcome to San Francisco. We were just in Los Angeles, now we are in San Francisco. Uh-oh, what is happening? Everybody stay seated. terrorized by a man-eating great white shark in one of Universal's greatest hits, Jaws. When I hear that people of Amity are breathing a sigh of relief these days because they caught the shark. On the right hand side, you can see the shark they caught. It looks small though. Huh. Oh, the island's beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty right now. It's so peaceful. Oh, wait a minute. There is another shark in the water. This one looks bigger. I think they caught the wrong shark. This is not good at all. Oh, that's my friend George. George, get out of the water. You guys caught the wrong shark. Oh no, poor George. He was such a nice guy. He really was. I'm gonna miss him so much. You know, amity means friendship. There goes my friend. Oh, that's horrifying. I'm so sorry you guys had to see that. Okay, that's so traumatizing. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's hope the shark won't attack us. Everybody be careful. It's a little scary out there. In reality, Bruce, the mechanical shark, was a spectator off screen as it was on screen. On the first day of filming, it sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, prompting the crew to nickname the troubled production Flaws. We are now heading into a classic attraction here on the back lot. Here to tell you about it is Today Show co-host and weather anchor Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968.
The rain, and we got rain. If you look up, you can see a sprinkler system that is shooting water straight up into the air. The water falls back down naturally, and that's how we create rain for movies and TV shows. It's really simple, but realistic and effective. Our special effects team did a fantastic job. Thank you so much, guys. You guys can stop the rain now. Thank you, appreciate it. Excuse me, guys, stop the rain. Okay, how come they're not stopping it? Uh-oh. Do you guys hear a low rumbling noise coming from the top of the hill? Something's wrong. I think we overdid the rain. We overdid it. We're gonna get something wet. Well, who's ready to get wet? That's our flash flood. Now we're gonna loop around this area. We're actually gonna circle back to the Amity Island. You know, Mr. Steven Spielberg helped bring Jaws to the tour. Here he is to tell you more about that.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
From the coastal town of the Amity Island, welcome to our suburban neighborhood. Everything looks so pretty here at this location. Coming up on the left, you'll see the entrance to Colonial Street. Let's see what this neighborhood looks like on screen. Desperate housewives filmed here on the streets. Our Peacock series pet also filmed here at this location. It's very popular. From along our street to Lion Estates on your left. Of the most spectacular sets ever created. The crash site from his alien invasion movie, War of the Worlds. Large-scale sets like this have been on this part of the tour for several decades. Before War of the Worlds, it was Site B for The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Before that, it served as Whoville for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This amazing set is what remains of the neighborhood where Tom Cruise hides out in a film. This is an actual 747 aircraft that was destroyed specifically for the scene. This movie used over 500 effect shots. You know, that is a lot of special effects. So when they first purchased the plane, it was a retired commercial plane sitting inside a warehouse in the middle of the Mojave Desert. It cost $60,000, but to move it here, it cost $200,000. So it's always the shipping and handling, always.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stephen had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
Oh, Mr. Tom Cruise, he was here, right where we are.
Down close. Robbie, get in. Get in.
You know, they also did some filming for Top Gun, not here at this location, but somewhere here on the lot back in 2019. Pretty much the entire neighborhood is destroyed, except this house coming up on the right-hand side. Coming up on the right, you see one of the most iconic sets still standing in Hollywood, the Psycho house. From the movie Psycho, from director Alfred Hitchcock, starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. Mother is home, by the way. She's not facing us right now, but she will be. You'll see her very soon, I promise. She's on the second floor. You'll see her very soon. She's coming up on the other side. And you'll get to see the Bates Motel very soon as well. It was on a dark, stormy night. Marion Crane was driving on the run from the law after stealing $40,000 from her boss. She turned off the main highway to find a small, out-of-the-way motel with 12 rooms and 12 vacancies. Okay, I'm actually going to pause it right here. So the history of
taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world of no.
Okay, I guess it's time for us to get out. We're heading toward the part of the studio where we once had an attraction called the Doom Glacier Expedition, better known as the Ice Tunnel. Featured in an episode of the $6 Million Man starring Lee Majors with Andre the Giant as Bigfoot. The tram would climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet, and the only way back to the theme park was through the ice tunnel, where the slightest sound could trigger an avalanche, and it always did, causing the walls to spin and the guests to tilt along with the Hollywood special effects. And now this location is Fast and Furious Supercharged. Okay, just a heads up, I can see the red light flashing outside Fast and Furious. So there's a chance that the show is down. So I'm not sure, hopefully they can fix it, but there's a chance that Fast and Furious is down. So actually, I'm so sorry, the show is down. We're heading back to the theme park. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so unfortunate. I'm so sorry, I know. Oh. Sorry.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tour is taking guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
Thank you, Jimmy. This is every year, and the upcoming Universal Epic Universe opening in 2025. I also like to acknowledge all of the studio tour ambassadors, drivers, and tour guides throughout our history who helped make the tour world famous. From the first 4 guides and drivers